Hey everyone! In this video I will show you 5 gift ideas for Thanksgiving. You can make them for your friends or family, and also you can use them as inspiration for other holidays and events. So let's begin! But first let me show you how to make some cute tags and labels. For this you'll need a pattern scissors and a regular one, some twine, thick paper, double-sided tape, and a small puncher. I have a leaf-shaped one that is really cute. And for the labels, print out some cute images. If you like the one I'm using here, you can download it for free by clicking this button. Okay, for creating the tags, cut out some rectangles. I just love these scissors because it's perfect to hide any mistakes. Then use the puncher to make a small hole and tie a piece of string around it. For the label, cut out the image, then stick a piece of tape on the back side. Of course you can buy these things, but I always prefer to make my own. It's cheaper and I think it adds a personal touch to the gift. For this idea you will need a keychain ring, a piece of chain, 2 jump rings, pliers, glitter. I found it at the dollar store at the nail product section, and some pumpkin spice. This is actually a mixture of spices. First thing, remove from the little bottle all of the glitter and add some spices in. You can add some more glitter if you want. I found it easier to do this with my fingers. Put back the cap and attach it to one of the jump rings. Then attach it to the chain. Open the second jump ring and attach it to the other end of the chain, and then to the key ring. I think this gift is perfect for a grumpy person who doesn't like the holidays that much anymore, and the spices in it, combined with the glitter, will have a magical effect. For the next idea you will need a wine bottle. I bought a small one with white wine. This type of wine goes perfectly with light meat and vegetables. You will also need some wrapping paper and a piece of thick paper, twine, glue, scotch tape, and a fan. I'm using a simple one from the craft store, but you can use even a colorful one. First step is to wrap the bottle in a piece of paper. Secure it with glue and tape. Take a long piece of string and push it through the edges of the unfolded fan and tie a double knot. This will represent the tail of the turkey. Tie it to the bottle, and after that you can stick a piece of tape between the bottle and the fan. Next, cut out a circle and a square shape, fold the square in two, forming a triangle, and bend the edges. The circle will represent the face and the square the beak. Secure them on top of the bottle with glue and tape. I realized after that the square should be a little smaller, but I do like how it turned out. It kinda looks like a carnival mask. This gift is perfect for people who don't eat meat or turkey meat. I mean, a glass of wine won't hurt anybody. For this idea you will need air drying clay. You can use white air drying clay and then paint it, or you can use polymer clay but you will have to bake it. A barbecue stick and a small container. I also have this from the dollar store. It had some glitter in it. You will also need a cutting blade. Start by shaping the clay into a ball, then apply pressure on it. Use the stick to create some stitches all around the ball. Dip your fingers in water and smooth out all the imperfections. After that, press the container on top to create a mark and start digging inside it with a knife. After you created a hole for the container to fit in, add some glue and insert the container inside. Next, use the scrap clay and cover the cap. Create the tail of the pumpkin by forming a conical shape with a flat top, somehow like a top hat. Leave it to dry overnight. After it's completely dried, you can paint it, and also you can apply some varnish to make it more shiny and beautiful. As a bonus, I'm going to show you how to make some cute pumpkin earrings. You will need 2 pins, 2 caps, 2 hooks, and 2 orange beads, and also 2 pliers, one for cutting and one for creating loops. Push into the pin, the bead, and the cap. Bend the pin at 90 degrees and cut it, leaving about 1 cm. Grab the end with other pliers and bend it inwards, forming a loop. Before closing the loop, attach the hook. I think this gift is also perfect for someone who celebrates her birthday in the fall season. It's very cute and beautiful. For this idea you will need 1 cup of flour. I'm using here whole wheat flour, but you can use regular flour as well. 1 cup of oat flakes, 1 cup of grated pumpkin. About half of this was enough to fill a cup. I first soaked it 5 minutes in boiling water to be easier to grate, and I put the rest in the freezer for future recipes. You will also need half a cup of brown sugar. You can use regular sugar as well, and a third of a cup of oil. I'm using coconut, but you can use sunflower seed or grape seed. You will also need half a teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice. First step is to combine all the dry ingredients, that is the flour, the oats, the baking soda, the sugar, and the spices. Then add the pumpkin and the oil. Don't be tempted to add more liquid. Stir it firmly for about 5 minutes. All the juice from the pumpkin will absorb the flour and the oats. You have to obtain a soft mixture, a little sticky, that is easy to work with. You can add more oil if you think it's still dry. Next, form some balls of dough in your hands and press them to form the cookies. Lay them in a baking pan with baking paper. Put it in the oven for about 30 minutes at 200 degrees. The final result is delicious. They are crunchy and very flavored. On a plastic sheet, put as many as you want, one on top of the other, then wrap them. You can add a label and a personal note. These cookies go perfectly with a cup of tea or coffee, so you can add that to your gift as well. For this idea you will need a small jar, some candles, I bought the cheapest I could find, some pumpkin spice, and optional some orange essential oil and some leftover grated pumpkin. For color I'm using an orange crayon. Put all the ingredients in a pot. I'm using 10 drops of essential oil and 1 teaspoon of spice. Melt them all at very low heat. I suggest you melt them on top of a pan with boiling water, so you won't burn the wax from the candles. Next, pour it in the jar and keep the candle wick straight using a cloth pin. I really like how this turned out. The color doesn't look artificial. It looks warm and reminds me of fall season. Alright, and that's about it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and click that big subscribe button to see more. If you regret any of my DIYs, please share them with me on social media. You can find the links down below in the description box. See you next week. Bye bye!